And look, it's the NBA, it's professional sports. These things happen. Nobody likes it. We don't condone it, but it happened. Draymond apologized to the team this morning. Jordan was there in the room. I was there in the room, the team, the coaches, the players. And we heard that. As far as any suspension, punishment, fine, we're going to handle that internally. And understand you might have questions on that, but that's going to be an internal process. As far as some of the reports, and I commend all of you for doing your job well, it didn't take long for this to get out. But some of it, I would say from my vantage point, I don't feel, and more importantly, you should ask the players that you talk to, I don't think this was related to who's getting paid and who isn't. I don't sense that. Make your own conclusions. Probably more important what players think on that than what I think, but I don't see it. I've actually seen a really good group. I've really seen for people that were in Japan with us. Actually, it's one of the best vibes that we've had in my 12 years here as far as camp and health and mental health and camaraderie. But it's unfortunate, and not going to deny it. And it'll take some time to move through, but we'll move through it and move forward. And I'm confident that we will. We've got a good team. We've got good leadership. We've got some guys that have been here a long time, and we haven't. This isn't our first, thing that's happened. First sense of adversity. We've been through some of this before, so don't like going through it, but it's part of the NBA and it's part of sports, and it's kind of where it is. I'll try to answer some of your questions. I probably won't give you everything, but I'll do my best.
What's your biggest concern when you found out what happened? What was the first thoughts you had about how this might impact the roster and the guys, the chemistry?
First, like anything, Monty, you want to make sure everybody's okay. That's the number one thing. And after that, nobody likes these things. So how do you move forward? There's a process to these things. There's apologies. There's time. This is where you hope you have some equity in your team. But the very, very first thing is everybody okay? And as reported, Jordan did finish practice, which is a really good sign. And he didn't do it damaged. He did it like he normally would. So that'd be the first thing, Monty. And then after that, just got to heal. And that's really up to the players and their leadership. And I think we're good in that area. We'll get there. But yesterday was something we don't, you wish doesn't happen, but sometimes it does.
Bob, you've been through this multiple times. Does that experience make this, I guess, easier to deal with, for lack of a term, or does it make you kind of tired of having to deal with this?
Probably, you don't want to go through anything, Marcus. I mean, nobody wants to go through these things, but in a sense, people throw around the word family, but this group's been together a long time, which means you've been through a lot, like any of your relationships. So I actually think it helps to have some of the same people in the room. Even a guy like Iguodala, who was here and then left and came back. There's a lot of real relationships on this team that can withstand adversity. If you got a group of new guys, it's harder to trust each other than it is when you've been through stuff. And if you're in the NBA or anything in life and you're together a long time in an emotional place that we live in here, in a competitive place, things are going to happen that you'd like not to. But if you've been through it and then come out of it, more importantly, I think it puts you in a better place to do it again.